right, this one's gonna be weird because I'm gonna be like scrolling through the footage while we talk about this. I felt like I didn't need to write a script to talk about batteries. I feel like I can freestyle this one. I can scroll through the footage that I have and then I'll also edit some in. Wow. Anyway, the situation is that we are starting to hit the point where getting the electronics that I wanted as a kid is suddenly very possible because A, I'm finding them for super cheap in thrift stores, and B, people keep giving me their 2000 to 2006 electronics. This is awesome. It would be really lovely if it wasn't for an issue that I keep having with every single one that I'm given, and you've probably already guessed what that is given the title of the video. But that problem is that the batteries are, because I am in my early 30s, all of the things that I want from when I was younger are like 20 to 25 years old. That means that the batteries are also 20 to 25 years old in most cases, and they are not coming back to life. This is like an anecdote and a warning. If you're gonna get into retro electronics, even stuff that's only 20 to 25 years old, you're gonna be pulling your hair out trying to find batteries. So recently I was given this beautiful camera. It's a Sony A100. I think it came out in 2006. It is a nice camera. I can't complain about it. It's a little bit dirty, I won't lie. I probably should have cleaned it before we recorded, but this is the state that it came out of the bag in, so we're gonna call that square. And I don't know anything about cameras like at all. I'm okay at taking pictures, but I don't know anything about the specs. I'm not gonna pretend that I know anything about the specs, so we'll just say that it's a Sony A100 because you can see it at the bottom of the really heavily fingerprinted screen. Actually, just noticed how nasty the plastic is in this as well. Very good. It is dissolving a little bit. I mean, like I said, this one is celebrating its 20th birthday this year, so it is definitely starting to turn back into oil. This was my dad's camera. He's the one who gave it to me. I remember him having this when I was a kid, and I was really jealous of it. So I was quite excited to be given it from him so that I could enjoy it now, but it has seen better days, and it does not turn on. Now, I have a feeling that this is probably the culprit as to why it will not turn on. This is a 20-year-old battery. It's probably been dead for the past 17 years because I don't think he used this camera very much. Fortunately, in the bag with the camera, there was actually a battery charger, which is a really good help. Even though I was scared of putting this battery on the battery charger, I put the battery on the battery charger and it got very hot, and then some stuff leaked out of the side, I think. It could have just been dirt from in the bag. You know, we don't have to talk about that too specifically. Maybe I almost set the house on fire. I don't know. It stunk. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna say that battery is a write-off, and we should not experiment with charging it again, but we'll take note of the fact that it's an NP-FM55H, because we're gonna need to search that later. This camera is functionally of no use to me if it doesn't have battery, because it can't turn on. So when it was plugged into the battery charger, this was the second time that I tried to charge it, by the way. I'm telling you again, because even after it did this the first time, I was like, I might just be imagining things. That might just be goo, like mysterious goo from in the bag that it came in, you know? It's not necessarily the guts of the battery leaking out of there, necessarily. A couple signs that your battery may not be charging are A, it starts to puff up a little bit. B, the battery charger gets really hot, and C, that charge light started to flicker like it was breaking. It was at that point that I decided that this was probably not going to be something that I would continue doing, so I gave it another go, and it didn't go well either. But then when I was like digging through the camera bag again, I found this weird, similarly shaped but different battery that has a weird moat down the middle of it, and I was like, oh, this looks similar, the connections are the same, maybe it would work. So I flipped it over and I'm like, FM 500H, that's a lot more. The other one was only 55, bro. This one's 500. What if this is like supercharged and it destroys the camera? So I did some searching online, and it seems like the first one that didn't work is actually the one that came with the Alpha 100, and this is from like the Alpha 300 and up series. So I really don't know why this is in the bag. Maybe it was bought when the first one died and the first one just didn't get thrown away. But then why would the first one still be in the camera when whatever, it doesn't matter. So I was like, oh, when life gives you a secondary battery, you should plug that one into the charger as well and see if it also tries to explode. So I clicked it in there, and to my surprise, the charger didn't start rapidly flickering and it looked like it was working properly, so I left it for like 8 hours. And it didn't set my house on fire, which is good. But I put it in the camera, and to my surprise, bro, the camera actually turned on. That was a beautiful moment for me when the camera turned on. And I took some pictures with it. I took a bunch of pictures of a bee. I was outside for 45 minutes taking pictures of a bee. And then now I'm just realizing while I'm telling this story that I didn't even take those pictures off the camera, so I can't show you the picture of the bee. Maybe I should have scripted this. I'm getting kind of lost, actually. I'm not necessarily the most organized person. I might not be that guy. I might not be him. I might not be the person who cannot script. So anyway, it's working again, but I don't trust this battery either. So we're gonna do some AliExpress hunting for batteries. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I recently found my PSP and its battery was swollen like a pillow. I don't have any footage of it because like as soon as I saw it, it had to go to recycle. I wasn't keeping that in my house. It was way too dangerous. And so I went on AliExpress and I was like, I looked at the PlayStation model number. It's like the PSP 1000. I found this weird Tetra battery pack, which it was the right shape. And then I realized, oh man, I don't actually have a charger. Like my dog, when I was younger, ate the charger end to my PSP charger, so I need to get things that I can charge to. And actually this was kind of cool because it came with like this external charger, like you would see for camcorder batteries and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, AliExpress is pretty reliable for that sort of thing. I had also found this really crusty Sony Handycam. I think this one came out in like 2008 or something like that, and its battery's also dead. Plus I lost the charge cables. I'm like, all right, I don't have any way to charge this, so we're gonna just, you know, order battery for this with a charger, and then I'll order a battery for the Sony Alpha, and I don't need a charger for that. And you'd think that that would be simple because I have like the battery numbers, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I did a search for the digital camera battery for the Sony Alpha 100, and the first thing that you'll notice when you're looking for batteries on AliExpress is that I needed the 55H, and these are almost all 50s, which I looked it up and apparently they are interchangeable. We're gonna hope that's true. I'm not gonna find out until May when mine arrive. The second thing you're gonna notice is there's an insane price discrepancy. Why is this one $105.68? That doesn't make any sense. After browsing around for this, I found this one and I thought it was 12 bucks, but it turns out no, this is how AliExpress gets you. It lists the price, but the price is just the lowest price thing on the page. So like this one, the $12 is just the charger. So I'm actually just gonna get one battery because unfortunately 2 batteries is $30 and I have one battery that kind of works. So we're gonna hope that that one stays working. This is listed as both the FM50 and FM55H, and it also says both in the product picture. So I'm going to assume that they're kind of just the same thing with a different capacity or something. And I also am going to assume that it's going to work on my charger. So I'll make an update video when this arrives and we'll see if it works. And I ran into a similar problem with the little camcorder battery too. The NP-FH40 is what I needed, and this one's listed as both. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to assume they're going to fit. And for this one, I did get the charger because I have no way to charge that camcorder. The cable is long gone. The beautiful part about this one is it's not going to arrive until June. So we have a little bit of a break until we find out if any of these work. And this also gave me the same issue where some of them were multiple hundreds of dollars. If you're getting old technology, heed my warning, bro. You will be able to find the batteries that work in it, but there's going to be some trial and error and you're going to be waiting months at a time. Do not buy something expecting to be able to use it right away. There's a 90% chance that you're going to be ordering some battery from an overseas seller and it's going to be taking like 3 or 4 months to get to your house. It really sucks. It really sucks. I'll update you guys when the batteries come in. We'll see if any of them work, because the one thing I will say is luckily I've noticed that Sony batteries are probably the easiest to source, at least to the stuff I've been trying to find. I have a Sony Cybershot I want to get a battery for too, but the only one I could find wouldn't get here until September, and I don't know. I don't want to use it that badly. It is a cute little camera though. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. Maybe we'll talk about video games next time. I don't know. We do anything here, dog. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.